Kansas City. With the 31st pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Felix and DK Uzama, defensive end, Kansas State.
All right, you know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, and all of our tens and tens of viewers and listeners out there, this is the Astra Boys broadcasting live from Kansas City around the area. And this is considered to be a NFL Draft Special. I am Casey Waltz, and over here to my right,
the original T.I.
And over here to my left,
Joe Hooters.
All right. So, welcome to the Kansas City area. Welcome to Memorial. What is it called?
The World War Museum.
Thank
World
you.
War I Museum.
Union Station. We had the big draft. The first round yesterday took 4 hours for some reason. Today is the second and third round, and we're going to go over all the picks and all the drama and everything else like that. So this is a very this is our draft special. Meanwhile, what do you guys think?
Should we start off with
our sponsors?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are sponsored by Stanley Wood Product Supply. Is your kitchen or bathroom feeling old or outdated? Are they in need of a serious refresh? Do you value top-of-the-line handcrafted goods that come from people you can trust? Let Stanley Wood Products supply your luxury custom cabinets. Stanley Wood Products is a second-generation family-owned business in the heart of Overland Park. So let Christian and David help you create the perfect space for you and your family to enjoy for years to come. So check out their website at www.stanleywoodproductsinc.com, or you can call 913-681-2804. And also Smoketown Barbecue. Where's it located at, Joe?
7702 China Mission Parkway.
This restaurant is the perfect place for a family dinner, lunch with friends, catering events, or just planning out your next fantasy draft. Come on down to Smoketown and get yourself some of our authentic barbecue and ice-cold beer, the home of the Smoketown Throwdown, their famous sandwich. All right, now that we went over some sponsors, am I missing anything, Joe?
But real quick, I just want to personally thank David Davis for the bottle of tequila that we're sipping on tonight.
Is that Cabo Blanco?
Cabo Blanco. And I would like to thank Scott Mahomes for our softball jerseys and hats that we wore last week in defeat.
And we are looking forward to the new jerseys for next season.
Wait. You said Scott Mahomes?
Scott McCombs.
Okay, I thought it was his brother or something.
Did I say Mahomes?
Yeah, man. You said Scott Mahomes with Jackson Mahomes, and they have a little sister too. Well, and then they have Scott apparently now.
Well, I have the draft on my mind, and the Chiefs.
I always have Patrick Mahomes on my mind,
yeah.
so I get that. I get how you made that that boo boo. Can I say boo boo?
Well, actually, I think it worked out pretty nice, though. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it, man. Let's go ahead and talk about the draft.
So I'd say Casey's hopping right now, right? You just had the UFC coming to town earlier this month. Now we got the draft here this week.
Yeah, and then next week we have Speedway. We got the races going next week.
Hey, and let's not forget there's Kelsey Jam that started last night, and I believe finishing up tonight.
Yeah, it's on tonight as well.
Did you know?
I saw the pictures.
No.
Son of a
bitch.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah.
Oh, what was he wearing? Something pink?
It doesn't matter.
It was
whatever that brother wears,
green.
it looks good.
Lime green, yeah.
I mean, he had the matching shorts and shirt, and then the Jordans that were, the Nikes he had on. I was like, good God. And now I see why Monica just, melts. But
makes sense.
Yeah.
So our own T.I. Hannah over here was at the draft experience yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
He was sending us some pretty good pictures, man. So,
dude, So T.I., the original T.I., was out there at the draft on the very first day. He was out there promoting our show at Astra Boys. How did that go, T.I.? Did you not get kicked out twice?
Well, it wasn't too bad, actually. I didn't have to walk as far as I thought I was going to have to initially when I got there, right? I walked about 20 minutes, walked across the bridge. One of the highlights of on the way there was Town Topic. Stopped into Town Topic.
Out of everything that's going on at the draft, you talk about Town Topic, which one of the love the freaking cheeseburgers.
Definitely one of the highlights.
Icon.
So how did you get your burger?
Dude, you know how I get down on my burger. So I will tell everyone this: when you go to Town Topic, right? You might see a burger on there for $4. You might think, hey, I'm gonna get a $4 burger. That's a great deal. But you don't want to get the single. You got to get the double, right? They smash that shit down. So make sure you get the double. Still a good deal. $7.
You're looking at the kids menu, man.
Hey, that's all they have there is the kid menu. That's all they have. I don't even think they have a kids menu.
Have you been to Town Topic?
If you're going to Town
Topic,
Topic,
been to Town Topic lately?
Well, not lately.
They have one menu. It's kids.
It's breakfast
grown,
and burgers.
Adults, everybody.
It's breakfast and burgers.
It is. So I had the shake, had the fries. Anyway, so I made my way there, right? And as I was approaching, I noticed that they were turning everyone away that had bags on or had backpacks. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit.
They said it over and over again. You can show up the bag, but it has to be clear.
So I didn't want to walk 20 minutes back, so I pulled out my press pass that fooled the front line a couple of times.
Get it closer to the camera. Hey, excuse me, assistant.
Yeah. Let me get over here and no, we could Photoshop it into the video when we upload it. Anyways, we were able to make it past the first line of defense. And once I got to the more serious area, I was back with like the press area, 101 Fox and them for about a good 20 minutes, right?
Looks
here's
legit.
the funny thing.
Looks legit.
Oh, it does look legit.
It actually doesn't look legit at all because when you go there,
the barcode, right?
Well, it's missing the barcode. Everyone else's was white. This is black.
And they're probably
it doesn't say 2023, bro.
It says 2023 right
there.
Oh,
you're right.
As I'm walking up, I was like, "There's no way this is gonna work." I was like, "I don't want to take my backpack back." But I told him, I was like, "Well, I'm the press." I was like, "I got my gear in here," and he was like, "Okay." And this other guy's like, "Well," and this lady's like, "He's press. He's okay." And so I get up there. They run my bag through the machine and everything. And 30 minutes later, I'm getting escorted out of the media area. So,
well, you weren't supposed to go all the way to the media area and try it again, did you? So let me get this straight. So you fooled the security, okay?
The first line
of defense.
Yeah.
But then you went inside. Did you try to go to the VIP media area?
I was
or were you just walking around?
I was one step away from stepping onto the stage of where they're where they're actually drafting people. The draft stage.
Did you badge into the media area?
Yes.
And they bought that?
Through the first line of defense in the media area. When I was trying to get on stage was when
I'm a little confused.
Okay, well, there's video out there. We'll load that with the show.
Okay.
There's video of me talking, trying to get on stage, and then there's video of me being escorted out shortly after.
I want to see that video. That's the video I want to see.
But here's the thing, right? So we went there with the idea of anyone really could be media. We have Spotify channel, right? Last time I checked, we had a YouTube channel. I think that's still
media.
up.
You are.
I think we're media.
No, we're media. Yeah,
we're legit. We don't want to spend too much time on that story, right? There was a lot of interesting people there.
You're right. Yeah.
There was a lot of like this Packermania guy. I'll tell you real quick about him. I thought I was meeting a normal guy, which a lot of normal people out there. But this guy, he has to take a picture with me. Strange enough. And because, I wasn't dressed up like no superhero. This guy was. And so he wanted to take a picture. And he's talking to me normal. And as soon as we get done, he goes to shake my hand. He's like, "Thanks a lot, brother." He's like, "Check me out at Packermania.com." And just like that. And I was like, okay.
So he was a Hulk Hogan Packer fan?
Yeah. And I had just had we talked for like 2 minutes in his regular voice. And then he hit me with the Hulk Hogan shit. Like, it kind of shocked me a little bit. But,
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
All right. Well, at least you give him props.
A lot of weird things there.
You give him a little shout out.
I did. Go check out Packermania guy at Packermania.com.
All right. Well, that was Tony's experience at the NFL draft.
So we sent one of our staff, we sent one of us, to infiltrate. And he came out with some good stories, and so it worked out well.
Yeah.
So 101 The Fox said they were going to shout us out. Who knows if that really happened? She did write the name down on a piece of paper.
So how did that conversation go?
I did not ask for it. We got to talking. They asked about my badge, actually. The one guy, he kind of knew right away. He's like, looking at it, he's like, did you make that? And I was
Yes.
like, and I said, yes, I did.
It is fake.
Right.
By the way,
And
look
I
us up.
admitted- Yeah, I wasn't trying to act like it was real at all, right? And so he's like, and he's asking, what is that? And I told him. He was like, okay. And he was like, cool. Okay, so I did ask him to do a shout out. But because they were asking about it, I was like, hey, I said, you guys might want to go ahead and give us a shout out. And he was just like, we will. And then she wrote down the name. So
And then we just gave one back.
I don't know
Yeah.
if he was watching 101. We'll see how many
101
subscribers we
The
have.
Fox.
We'll see if they really played it or not. By the way, we are growing. Last week we had 9 subscribers. Ding, ding, ding. We now have 10.
That's because I subscribed.
Oh, wait.
Welcome to the channel.
I was
Welcome
number
to
10.
the channel.
I was number
Gentlemen.
10.
There was going to be a prize for our 10th viewer, but
Just in case you don't hear it, Ken, it's an applause. By the way, we have a special guest today that we won't allow to be on camera or on microphone at all. But guess who it is, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who it is? None other than Fuck Ken.
hey, can we get you over here to the monitor really quick? We just need you to click off
Chop, chop. Chop, chop.
the that little picture that popped up on our screen there.
Yeah, can you click that out for me, please? Thank you.
You may have to
Yeah.
lift it up and then put it back down. It's okay.
Wiggle it. There it is.
Yes,
There it is. You wiggle
we
it.
got it.
All right.
All right, so let's dive into the actual draft.
All right, let's go to the draft. The draft day results. Okay, so let's just start out with the Chiefs. Number 31. Who did we get?
Felix.
I've been practicing his last name.
Oh, you do it.
Unyudike Uzoma. No, that's not it.
You notice I skipped
Unyo-
the middle
Unyo
name.
DK?
I skipped the middle name.
Anya? Anna? Oh, yeah, like an Anna. Okay. Anna DK. Hang on a minute.
All right, let's give him a proper welcoming waltz.
Anna DK Uzoma. Uzama. Okay.
We also got our
DK
language expert here
Uzama.
on set.
You
I
know
don't know
why?
if you can hear him, but that's fucking off camera.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, we should have got you a mic. The reason why is because where is he from, Ken?
Lee Summit,
He is from Lee Summit.
Missouri.
What college did he go to?
Kansas State Wildcats.
Unfortunately, Kansas State Wildcats. And was he not teammates with your son?
My son,
In
with
high
his
school.
son in high school.
Killer KC 2171.
What is that? What do you mean? What are you saying? Killer KC?
71. That was his number.
KC 71.
Oh, okay. That's,
Morningside University. Check it out.
by the way, props to Keaton Chapman. He's headed out to Morningside out there in Iowa to play for the Morningside. What are they?
Mustang.
Mustang.
There we go. Signed his letter of intent about a month ago.
I was there.
Yeah.
That's all right. Go
I
tear
was
him
there.
up, Keaton. Go tear him up.
Future Hall of Famer right there, and I could say I was there. I have pictures and stuff.
So with our
So, yeah.
pick,
Yeah.
when we
Do you
first-
like it?
well, when we first did it, I did not.
I texted and said, I said, loved it. Everybody else texted and said, dumb, screw it, blah.
Well, here, let me explain. I think we passed up a couple of more talented players, but players that we already had enough in that position.
Enough depth. Yeah.
Yes. But as I thought about it, I was like, okay, we did take a good player at a position of need. So I think it'll work out. I think it's going to be a good pick in the end. I originally did not like it, but I think it's going to work well for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually like the pick. If you guys remember, I called it earlier on in the draft. I know they had been looking at
Yeah,
it.
you called it. You didn't say you liked it.
Well, I didn't hate it. But here's the thing. Would I have went with him for what we needed right now? Probably. I don't know who else we would have went with right there.
You know what, guys? I think this was a perfect story. I think it was a perfect storm, and they just landed on our lap and was like, we do need that position. We need the other side, right? From Karlofskas, we needed because Shark left, right? So we needed a position for one. For two, he was a hometown boy. For three, well, I mean, he's good.
So
right?
I was thinking, was it like the almost too perfect?
Like a storytelling, like a Disney movie, too perfect.
The fairy tale.
It was like almost scripted, right?
Right. Like, hey, KC won the Super Bowl. We get the draft, and then we draft a local player.
So you know
in the first
it's
round.
weird. Yeah, it would be weird, but you know what? Hey,
you know who was dead on this pick? 8-10 zone. They actually before the draft.
Were they on that one?
Well, before the draft, yes, that's who they had. They picked Felix. They called it from the beginning.
So
before the
I
draft
was
started.
wanting them to draft Michael Mayer, a tight end out of Notre Dame.
Ooh, I like that.
And I
did
know
like
we're
that.
saying that we already have Travis. Travis probably the best tight end ever, but he's 33. Yeah, he's not going to last forever. Father Time catches up to everybody.
did he lose a step? Yes, but he's still a phenom.
Well-
so could you imagine Travis Kelce with another tight end, a brand new tight end, a rookie tight end that's pretty badass? I think we're going to get a tight end in one of these picks.
Well,
I still like Jody Fortson.
I think Travis has like at least two
All
more
right,
two
but
more
they treat him
years.
more like a wide receiver.
Yeah, 2 more years of really good production. So maybe this year was a little bit too early to draft his replacement, but we're going to start looking because I think he has 2 more good years and then maybe like 2 more years of decline. Well, he's going to still be solid, but he's going to start declining.
I think he'll be more like a Tony Gonzalez. You know, he stuck around for quite a while, and you know he was still productive.
Oh, I think he's going to have a couple years where he's going to be pretty good, but he's just not going to be Travis
You're thinking
Kelce.
only two more years left?
He's 33. So the year of 34 and 35, year 36, he's going to start.
How long did Antonio Gates play? You guys remember how old was he when he retired?
He did play for a while, but you can remember
He was one of the older.
his
tight
last
ends.
few years was kind of like he faded big time.
But
Yeah.
he had a lot of injury problems, and
Yeah.
Travis Kelce doesn't have that same issue though.
When we get older, injury problems are going to start taking a toll.
That is true. You know, I'll say this real quick. So I like the idea of Mayer, right? But with Kelce, we still have a good 2 or 3 years out of him. And I say we see what we have in Jody Fortson and let him develop more over these next couple of years. Let's give him some more plays and see what he can come up with. I like the guy. I think he's a playmaker. He just hasn't had enough opportunities.
So now that we established what our number one pick was, who are you guys thinking? Ken, what's the next 2 picks? 63 and 63 and 96.
Where are they at right now, Ken? What pick are they on?
Oh, I become the IT guy.
Well, you're behind the scenes, so
Right.
So what are we looking at now? What do you think? Who's out there? Who's good out there?
Well, let's go. Let's just start at the top of the draft. It already happened.
First of all, you need to address the fact that the Chiefs tried to trade up to take the defensive lineman Mazza Smith out of Michigan. They tried to trade it with the Cowboys.
So this did happen. We did try to trade up, or that's the rumor.
I
We
didn't
tried-
hear that.
Yeah, we
I didn't
tried-
know that.
Yeah, we tried to trade up with Dallas to number 26 to get the defensive tackle out of Michigan. Apparently that fell through. So we just sat tight and we took Felix.
Fall back on Felix.
Yeah.
Discipline. The Chiefs were disciplined, didn't want to overpay to take a guy that they really, really liked.
Sir, you're not being recognized because you don't have a microphone, sir. You're not being recognized.
So you just
and there was a text
answer the
sent
questions
out.
we asked you.
Throwing it out in your butt, I'll feed you guys information.
Oh man.
I'll feed you.
You guys don't have singing mics or a little kid mic or something? A little kid mic we can give them? Something with jewels on it?
Maybe we get one of Joey's Fortnite headphones with the mic on there too.
Does that have a quarter inch?
Don't know if that'll work.
It's
Don't think it'll work.
wireless. I don't think
It's wireless?
all this stuff is wireless. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, all right, let's move on. Okay, so what are we thinking we're going to pick next?
We have to go. Well, I think you have
Are
to
we
look
thinking,
at best
are we
available.
thinking tackle yet?
There is no receiver available.
I think we're looking at receiver further down the line.
Oh, I thought I wrote something.
Hey, so how do you guys think we'll do in comparison to last year? Right, I feel like we had a lot of success out of last year's draft. How do you think we're going to measure up to that to last year's draft?
If we even come close to last year's draft, we'll be in the Super Bowl again.
I'm telling you, Veach is a genius. I mean, Andy Reid, they're geniuses. They look at the ones that nobody else is looking at for a reason, and then we get them, and then we develop them. We can grab anybody from colleges and develop them into good players. That's the difference between our coaches and all the other coaches out there.
Yeah. When you look at it at the end of the year, the Chiefs absolutely killed the draft in 2022, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Every single player made the team,
It was
right?
we had like 9 rookies in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. Not only did they make the team, though,
Grab me that.
they played
Basketball.
they played well, right? They played well. Trent McDuffie, he returned from an injury. He started 11 games, right? He finished as a top cornerback, I want to say like in the top 16, top 17.
Thank you.
George Karlaftis, he picked it up at the end of the year. I think he got like 6 sacks or 5.5 sacks
he
the
definitely
last 7
picked-
games of the
yes.
year, right?
He definitely picked it up second
And
half
when
of
you
the
look
year.
at the other players, Sky Moore in the AFC Championship game, he set us up for the game-winning drive with that big punt return, right? And then I think you even had rookie Brian Cook that was in the draft last year. He tipped a pass that led to an interception by Joshua Williams. So it's going to be tough to live up to last year's hype. But think about that. All of those rookies that were drafted last year had those key contributions in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. That doesn't normally happen.
So you're talking about our draft. So we played the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Oh, good God, the Eagles did fantastic.
And they had a home run.
What the hell?
They had a
We've
home
already
run.
just saw we saw
both
them
picks.
in the Super Bowl. They have a really great team, and they just got better. Who was it? The Texans moved up to they did it.
took the second
field,
and the third
the
pick.
second and the third.
Yeah, the Texans
so
made
they
a-
beefed up a little bit.
Yeah, the Texans made a big move, but they're still at the bottom.
Who's their
trying to work
quarterback?
C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud now. They drafted
so-
him second. You know, so a lot of people thought that C.J. Stroud might go number 1, right? He's 6'3", Bryce, he's 5'10", right?
I got a little point. Go
Okay,
ahead.
go. No, you go ahead.
So, do you ever listen to Reddick?
He's the basketball. Yeah,
No,
JJ
no,
Redick.
No, Reddick.
Oh,
Reddick.
JJ Redick has a podcast, by the way. I was
He-
just like his podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna say no. It's a nice podcast.
So, but no, it's like a social media platform. So someone put on there that they know
Reddit.
Reddit.
He called it. I'm pretty sure he called it Reddick.
He says
He did
Scott
call him
Mahomes
Reddick.
Hey, man.
too.
I'm
Scott
like,
Mahomes.
JJ Redick has a podcast. right.
Technicalities
So I was
here.
right. I was right.
Technicalities.
Scott Mahomes.
So
That's
we're
right.
talking about Reddit.
Yeah. So someone posted on there that that Will Levis was going to be the number 1 pick. He knew someone's cousin that worked here or there. I don't know what it was exactly, but they said he was going to be the number 1 pick.
Will
Yeah.
Levis. Yes.
Man, well, that guy. Who's
All right.
Was,
And
was-
now
hold on. Was
he's
that
still,
that Will
he's
Compton
still,
guy?
he's still sitting in the green room.
No, he got picked. He got picked up.
By who?
Tennessee Titans.
Oh, did they get him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Third pick in the second round, Tennessee Titans picked up Will Levis. Oh, good God. Watching him just made me cringe. Every time they put the camera on him, girlfriend
Poor
was
guy.
super hot. Girlfriend was super hot.
And she was super annoyed.
Yeah, she was like, oh, look, that's my song. Yeah, it is your song. All right. Well, nobody's calling Will Levis, but I'm trying to call you. You're not answering. What's up with that? I'm just playing. So, yeah. I'm really going to be calling her. Of course, I have to say. Why would I have to say? I'm just joking. Like that's serious out there.
Well,
I'm
we
really
don't wanna-
trying to call Will
Well,
Levis's
that's good
girlfriend.
because you don't want to mislead the viewers, right? You never know.
Right,
You never know.
right.
You got to be safe these days.
Right? Yeah. I don't know her. By the way, I don't know her name. I'm not calling her. I'm not stalking. So, but it was so apparently the reason why he's kept on getting passed over and over and over again was because supposedly a left toe injury that knocked him out the last 2 games of the season. People were saying out there, I don't know, that's a lingering injury. We don't want to deal with that. I also heard that in team meetings and other meetings and huddles and whatever else, he's kind of a jerk. I mean, he's hard to work with. He's pretty arrogant. And, I don't know the guy, but that's from what I gather, he's kind of an ass. So, I mean, I think, so is it more misunderstanding of him having leadership skills or is it he's just an ass? What was that, Ken?
I got
didn't
it.
see
I
that.
got it. So what Ken has just brought up is like he had bad interviews. So maybe
What would he do in the interviews?
So what's the Wonderlic? What was his Wonderlic score, Ken? Was that pretty good or no?
Oh, so you don't think good on the fly?
Why don't you explain what a Wonderlic is? Because what I'm thinking of Wonderlic,
It's an
I
aptitude
shouldn't be
test.
looking on Google. Oh, he's over cocky.
Yeah, over cocky. Bad interview. He probably just came over. He just came across as a dick. Basically, is what happened.
So maybe too much self promotion.
I think I think all of his interviews, you know how they interview a lot of these players, you know, they're trying to draft them, whatever. They look for personality. They look for characteristics. They look for leadership skills. They look for not only for you, if you can play on my team, but what do you do on the off field? Who's your fundraisers? What do you do with the children out and about here in Kansas City? So I think his interviews just sucked.
And
And how are you going to mesh with the other players?
and Waltz, as a former GM of the
CJ
of the
Stroud,
Kansas City Criminals, he knows how to do interviews.
Bad score?
S2 score.
What?
Waltz, you're not supposed to read the you're supposed,
Right
you're
out
supposed
loud.
to you're
Couldn't
supposed
even
to
fucking read that thing.
you're supposed to take
He
the
scribbled the
information
shit
and,
out
start,
of it.
and roll with
Pretend
it.
like it's coming out of your head.
Yes.
Brad had a bad S2 score.
S2 score. I don't
Yes.
even know what that means.
I think all of our viewers are going to have to Google what an S2 score means. I've never heard of it.
Measures your ability to make decisions under pressure.
Oh, yeah, I did
Yes,
hear about
that's
that.
the Wonderlic test.
All right,
That's
so
not the Wonderlic test. That's the S2 score.
Then what is the Wonderlic test?
It's more like intelligence, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
so I just played your theme song. So coming straight from Ken, the S2 score is how you score when you're being interviewed under pressure. All the questions, coming back and forth, kind of thing. So and then CJ Stroud sucked, right? You said that, Ken? He sucked at it.
Scored an 18, I believe.
18 out of what?
18 out of 100.
He scored
Oh.
18 out of 100.
That's
What?
Baseline.
That sounds like one of Scott's test scores at KU.
Oh, shit.
I just
Oh, man.
I just got an update. The Chiefs are on the clock.
Incoming.
I heard the Chiefs are on the clock.
I haven't seen that.
Come on, put it on.
What channel is it on? Because like ESPN went to basketball games. They only did the second round.
I think it's on
Or-
Channel 9, right?
It is on channel 9. I don't
Well,
think we get channel 9.
I just got a.
You don't get Channel 9.
We- I
We're
mean,
in the city.
Who gets local channels anymore?
Well, that's true. I don't have any local.
Oh,
They
we
did
moved
move-
up. We moved up.
So you heard it here. Kansas City Chiefs moved up to 55th pick, and we're going to figure out
Who we
who
The
they
hell
picked.
we're taking.
The Chiefs are on the clock.
So meanwhile, we talked about Philadelphia.
Meanwhile,
So I give them an A. We all give them A's, right? Philadelphia got an A.
Oh, they got an A+.
So let's go on the opposite side of that. Detroit Lions.
I was just about to say Detroit. As soon as you said that, I was like, Detroit
hey
Lions.
T, are you able to go live?
I'm going to see if I can pull it up.
All right.
So the Detroit Lions, man, I give them an F. First of all, they take a running back at 12, which
They already have a badass running back.
and running back is like you don't draft them in the first round.
They have two badass running
Yeah.
backs.
And then they take a linebacker, and everybody was like, "This is a second round guy," and they took him with pick like 20. I don't know. I didn't like their draft at all. It was just, I give them an F.
But we all agreed that the Eagles kicked ass.
Eagles got an A.
who
man.
else?
Eagles got
Who
an
else
A.
was? What other team? I thought
Well-
the Texans cleaned up pretty good.
When we're talking about running backs in the first round, the Falcons moved up to take Robinson, which he was an elite talent.
All right, guys. The pick is in, and we're waiting on the Chiefs. They did move up to the 24th spot, and we're waiting to see who they picked.
They moved up to the 54th spot.
Yeah, so
55th.
I wasn't able to pull up the video, but I'm watching like the live results as they come in. So I'll hit
Got you.
refresh here in a moment. And we'll see.
24th in the second round, 55th overall.
There we go. Thanks for the clarification.
I'm so excited.
But anyway,
Hey, Joe,
back to-
I'm gonna need to make myself another drink. Where's the bourbon? Where's the Coke? I see the Coke. Is that the bourbon?
that is the bourbon. The ice, if you need ice, is in the freezer over
Okay.
there.
Hey, Ken Chapman, you want to come sit in on the podcast experience for a couple
Yes,
minutes?
let's get
I
Ken
thought you were
behind
going
the
to say,
camera.
hey, Ken
Let's
Chapman,
do
you want to
it.
come and sit on my lap?
Let's get Ken in.
Hey, we can do that when I get back.
Here, we'll share one ear, and then we'll share one mic, and we'll talk like this, like really close together.
Oh, look at this guy. Fuck Ken on camera. Let's hit it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Guess who is here? I'm not lying. We weren't lying this whole
You
time.
think he was make believe? He's
Yeah.
real. He's a real person.
This is a real guy.
We were telling the truth.
6 foot Asian. He does exist.
Okay, Ricky, you got to talk into the mic.
Well, you know, I have.
So you say 6 foot Asian, but your son is like, was he 6'6"?
6'6". He has overtaken me as the tallest Asian in the Kansas City
And
area.
I saw the picture
6'6",
of him and
300
Felix together.
Yes.
He makes Felix look small.
He does. Our current draft pick.
Oh, yeah,
excuse
current
me,
number one first round draft pick.
6'3". I believe he weighs in at 250 pounds. And this was before my son started packing on weight. So he weighs in, measurables.
In that
6'6".
picture,
He was 275 in that picture.
So in that picture, what year was he in that picture?
That was going into his senior year. He was
like in the summertime.
Yeah, summer camp up
okay.
at Manhattan for the KSU football camp. He was 6'6", just starting to put on weight, and he was at 265 at the time. Now weighing in at 6'6", 300 pounds. Shout out to Morningside University, Coach Ryan, Coach Slickney for giving my boy a chance. He's going to be a stud. Only 17 years old. Won't be 18 until he graduates. He's blowing up.
So have we had that pick? Is the pick in? Do we know who the pick is?
The pick is wide receiver Rashee Rice out of SMU.
Oh, we went right.
Oh, I heard that guy. I heard of that guy. Yeah, the SMU guy.
Yep.
A wide receiver out of where? Rice?
SMU.
His name is Rice.
Sounds like
Rice out of Rice?
Pretty close, pretty close. I see why you do a podcast.
We know a lot of facts over here.
We do a naked podcast. What was his name again?
Rashee Rice.
How you spell Rashee?
I don't think you've taken one sip of your drink over here, buddy.
H-E-E.
Hey, don't worry, guys. Once the money starts rolling in, we can all quit. our
Rice,
jobs
as
and,
in what
really
Asian people eat.
That would be
R-I-C-E.
pretty
Rashee
amazing.
Rice. Wide
Rashee
receiver out of
Rice.
where?
SMU. Southern Methodist University,
Ooh,
Dallas, Texas.
doggy.
Remember
what?
when,
There was a lot of talk. There was a lot of talk about the smaller colleges who actually have role-playing players that don't get enough credit or enough exposure, like the D or D whatever.
So all the first round picks were the 5-star or whatever, the Big 5 conference players.
The SEC, the ACC, the
All
Big
the
12.
the Big
all those
5,
fun-
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that because like if you're a smaller recruit and you go to one of these smaller schools and then you do good, you can just transfer into a Division I school now.
So,
You can just move up to a bigger school.
on that note, going through it as I am right now, a lot of recruiters have told me that this whole portal thing has screwed up, recruiting in general.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
It absolutely has, because the way he explained it to me is you have a lot of, 5-star recruits. Let's just take my son's position, offensive tackle. You have the top 3 offensive tackles in the nation, right?
Okay.
Coming in as freshmen. Now you have the portal opened up to where you have guys from other schools, whether it be the Big 12, the ACC, or whatever, that aren't happy in the situation they're in. And they say, hey, I don't want to be here. Now, all of a sudden, they were a top recruit in their recruiting class. So they were a top 3 recruit. And let's just say the class before that has a couple guys that aren't happy with where they're at. So you all of a sudden go from the top 3 guys in the 2023 high school to, hey, I got the guys from the 2022 high school, and I got a couple guys from the 2020 high school. So now all of a sudden the top 3 guys turn into the top 6 guys, turn into the top 8 guys, and the portal has kind of screwed everything up.
That was a lot of numbers you threw at us, buddy.
But math is easy. 3, 6, 7, 8.
No,
you know what I mean?
So on that point, I hear this is what happens a lot, is that somebody will go in, the coach, and be like, hey, what can you give me?
Yeah.
On the NIL deal.
Yeah.
Oh, you can give me 100,000? Well, this school says 200,000, so peace, I'm out.
And
that's why there's so much, because there's like so much movement, like in college basketball. There's people that were a starter, like they were the best player on their team,
absolutely.
and now they're transferring because this school can give them more than this school. It all breaks down to money.
Yes. So on that point, again, what is LSU Tigers just won the national championship women's basketball? What's her name? Reese? I can't remember.
Angel Reese?
Angel Reese possibly, easily, I would think the number one pick in the WNBA draft.
No.
No,
She can make more money in college.
that's what I was getting. That's what I was alluding
Make
to.
more money in
she
college.
absolutely said, "She
Yeah.
goes, why would I go to the WNBA when I'm making more money staying here at
And
LSU?"
they just got a big time transfer, so LSU women's team is going
yes,
that
they
Don
got
whatever.
Yeah, Bond, whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking on that, do you think Grady Dick would have been able to make a lot of money if he would have stuck around one more year?
Well, in the men's game, you can make a lot of money going to the NBA.
Yes, there.
Did
Yeah,
Tony
no.
did Tony try to come back and Ken told him no?
He said,
No. Tony, I was agreeing with what Tony had to say. Tony said no, and I said
stay over there,
absolutely
Tony.
not.
Stay behind
You
the
know,
scenes.
Even if you're a second round pick, coming out of college from the men's division, you're gonna make way more on, pay scale than you would going into the WNBA. And that's just bottom line. I mean, there is a
because Ken says so.
No, the worst player in the NBA makes more money than the best player in the WNBA
Absolutely.
by far.
Absolutely. I think the
Probably
league
like
minimum.
triples.
I think the league minimum in the NBA is still greater than a lot of the contracts in the WNBA.
Like the the best players.
Haley Van Lith, that's a girl that
There you
transferred.
go.
That's the girl that transferred from LSU.
T.I., you're not being recognized because we can't hear you.
Yes. We're going to have to work on this. We're going to have to get the guest mic, the guest headphones.
We
and then we're
are
gonna have
gonna work
to,
on that.
Just get closer to the mic, T.I.
Yes, come right next to me, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's
We're gonna
cute.
like
That's
that.
cute. I like it.
All right,
Hey,
all right.
does Tony have a Bud Light over there?
Now it's a party.
I don't like those earphones.
Whoop.
No, I will absolutely hand it back over to Tony. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in here.
Oh, I thought Ken acted like he did not want to leave. I was like, sorry, Tony.
No, he didn't.
No.
All right, just real quick.
I wanted to go for a
Just-
minute so I could get the bug.
Just real quick, fuckhead. Before you go, do you have anything else to add? Any other 2 cents or 2 yen?
Well, which
Oh, good one.
Nice,
That was
nice.
joke of the night. Joke of the night.
Spit out my
You got T.I. over there is like spitting his drink out.
I think Casey Waltz waited 4 or 5 podcasts just to set that joke up, and it played out well. Nice. I will give you that. There you go. All right. Okay. But no, it just depends on the topic. I have a lot of information and a lot of nonsense when it comes to stuff like this.
I will say that Ken has a bunch of useless information.
Useless information.
Yeah.
I watched Jeopardy all my life. I am Asian, so I do know these things.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you listen to the Astra Boys podcast, okay, we're sports analysts, but we don't
Good
have
cover.
all the numbers.
Good cover on that one.
We do not have all the numbers, and we don't care to have all the numbers. We just tell you how we think the average Joes think
Yeah,
about it.
we're like some
now,
buddies.
this fella here, he comes with numbers and boring ass shit. I'm like, good God, all right. Did you know that the average?
We're just like some buddies having some drinks, talking
it.
shit to each other.
But you still need to have analytics when it comes to a conversation, when it comes to sports.
You don't even know how to use a
absolutely have.
microphone.
You absolutely, you're right. I
We
don't.
do need a devil's advocate.
You do need analytics when it Moneyball. Did you ever see the movie Moneyball? Brad Pitt.
I thought you was
Oakland
leaving,
A's.
Ken.
Analytics plays a huge part in every
Okay.
sport. You have to weigh the analytics, and you have to
I
weigh
think
the
he's
gut,
in.
and the
He's
gut
in.
feelings.
I think we
when it
just
comes
lost
to
3 subscribers.
sports. So
How's that possible? We're not even live.
hold on. I have the Asian community. we're going to China.
Oh, man.
We're going to Vietnam. We're going to the Philippines. So we're moving on up.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "What's in it for me?" Oh, well, just subscribe. Just push the button.
Just push the button, you know.
Tony's like, I sissy.
Look,
You
Tony-
must leave.
Tony's afraid he's going to lose his spot to me.
Oh no, I heard his ridiculous comment about the analytics. I was like, let the real analysts have a seat.
I'm gonna go make me a drink.
Analytics.
Oh, let's talk
All right.
analytics.
Now, Fuckin's gonna
Speaking
go
of
ahead and
the-
take my spot.
Speaking of analytics, let's talk analytics.
Now, keep on script. All right. So
Oh,
are we
what's
done
the
with
script?
with the
I didn't
draft?
get the
See,
script.
So,
all these guys
well,
realize the
I didn't get
genius
a
in my
script.
conversation.
Are we all done with the draft?
We have
What I
one
did
more.
want to mention-
one more
to talk
topic
about the draft.
Right.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that the NFL draft did an awesome thing with the 3 Virginia players that were murdered on that bus. I thought that was a great tribute to them. They were already thinking of what colleges they wanted to go to, and then Roger Goodell came out with their jerseys with their families, and did an honorary draft for them. I thought it was very classy and good for them.
Well, I didn't hear about that, but that is pretty awesome. I mean,
I honestly, I didn't know anything about it either, so I'm glad Walt's brought that to light. Hey, only hear it at the Astra Boys. You heard it here first.
but the draft,
Or somewhere else.
the skyline and everything on TV looked amazing. It made Kansas City look amazing.
Everything that showed up on the Kansas City.
And the projector, projecting the team across Union Station, whatever team was drafting.
I think the landscape of where it was at, it's like, dude, it was perfect. They got all that area where the World War Museum 1 is, and then you got the streets. By the way, I mean they closed off enough streets to where it was really open. It was really cool, man.
I heard that it was a lot of people there, but it wasn't overpacked.
Dude, like Thursday before 3 or 4 o'clock would have been the perfect time to take your kids. I was surprised there wasn't a whole lot of people there. So if you wanted to go and be part of any of the NFL experience, you're probably only waiting in line for like 10 minutes. So I think they put on an amazing event.
So did you guys see the alternate logos that were presented like throughout the NFL? Like every time a draft would happen, they had the alternate logos that some artist came up with and conceptualized and put it out there.
Like our logo, like we have the arrowhead.
Yeah, so they came up with it. Like the Eagles had one, the Chargers had one. I'll have to look it up.
So the futuristic logos they're creating?
Did you see all those?
No,
they had a huge banner that ran across.
I missed it.
The whole. Yeah, they had a huge banner with everybody.
I didn't see that, but you know what I really would like to see, like our rush colors.
Yeah,
where we do all white, but a white helmet too.
Yeah, that'd be
fun.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I saw Arizona released their alternate uniforms.
What is theirs?
They did the all black.
All black with the black helmet?
Yeah, they're doing the all black with the black helmet,
Man.
the red,
You can see that helmet over there in the case, man. There's an all white uniform, white helmet. Oh, that would look.
That would look really
I think
tough.
any of the alternate elements.
Dude, if we had that and we had we were like a gray style, like a dark gray uniform, like with the red on it. Am I losing you guys here with this?
Yeah, you
with
lost
this
me.
idea.
You lost me at gray because
Okay.
it's not.
Because we don't get too
maybe
crazy.
not.
We don't get too crazy.
Hey, the vision in my head, it was looking,
But-
it was looking
Hey,
good.
it works in your head.
But one
Hey,
thing,
but that's why
honestly-
you got to ask for opinions sometimes,
Honestly,
because you never know.
KU football has been horrible for 10 years, but they've had some good ass uniforms.
Yes.
Their
Have you
uniform has
seen-
been on point.
Did you
Hey,
see
that
the
sounds
powder
like
blue they're trying to
the
bring back
criminals.
for
The criminals.
We had some pretty good uniforms back in the day, and we had a couple good years, but we digress.
So back to the NFL draft. The one thing we have not discussed, the number 1 pick overall, Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
And so how tall is Bryce Young? 5'9"?
5.
He's only 5'10".
That is 5'10", and there's a lot of debate with it because he's 5'10" and like 1/8, and he measured like Alabama always had him at 6 foot and everything like that. There's a lot of debate on his height, but combine height is pretty much like spot on, and I think they had him at like 5'10" and 1/8.
Okay.
So
So there's been a few quarterbacks. Drew Brees,
Drew Brees.
Kyler Murray,
Yes.
Russell Wilson.
And Russell Wilson, what about them?
Those are all 3 short quarterbacks that
Yes.
had success.
That is true.
But who?
Steve Berline.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Wow.
So they're trying to compare him to Kyler Murray.
Uh-huh.
But Kyler Murray's thick,
Yeah.
and Bryce Young is not.
I'm gonna tell you
he's
what-
a thin-built dude.
When you're done, I'm going to tell you who I'm going to compare him to.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So prior to the draft, I think
Are we
Bryce
ta-
Young weighed in at like 180.
Yeah.
And so the big knock on him was his size, his durability, and I think it was Mel Kiper or somebody like that had him. It was just like, if he wants to play in the NFL, his stats, his body mass has to be whatever his height is, has to be at 190. Came in, weighed in 204.
Bryce Young weighed in at 204?
Weighed in at 204, but he's absolutely going to lose all that weight when it comes to playing weight.
That's
You
what
know
they said.
I mean?
About 190.
And they're hoping, absolutely. They're saying they're hoping he can get to 190 at a steady playing weight, so he has some ability to absorb some of the,
Punishment.
punishment that he's going to happen, especially as a rookie, because they're going to blitz the hell out of him.
Especially playing for Carolina. Because that's my other point I want to make. I was like, so Carolina made this pick. Who do they have there to help out Bryce Young?
they traded away DJ Moore and part of that package.
Yeah,
Didn't
that
move
was a
up.
tough one. Yeah,
And
they gave a
that
lot.
is-
They gave a lot away to
I'm
get him.
saying
You know,
Bryce Young might struggle next
He
year.
might. Hey, I want to say this.
Just because he has no weapons.
Yeah.
And previously they gave up
And who's the
Christian
coach?
McCaffrey the year before.
Who
So
they?
you're-
Who's their coach? They hired someone new, right?
I don't know. Off the
Wasn't
top
the
of my
guy
head.
out of Philadelphia, Peterson? Is he
No, that's Jacksonville.
Jacksonville? Okay. I'm sorry.
Come on, fucking hit your button.
I don't know.
Right. Hey, so I watched about 30 minutes of highlights last night for Bryce Young, right? And you know who he reminded me of? Somebody else that was 5'10", one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, Doug Flutie. And
Okay,
let me explain,
okay,
right?
okay.
So when you used to watch Doug Flutie play, he had really good pocket presence. He would even have a good scramble, right? And that's exactly what I'm seeing out of Bryce Young. The difference is Bryce Young's a lot more athletic and almost like Dante a lot more. He was athletic, dude. He's not athletic like Flutie was. And he was drafted in the 11th round, so huge difference, right? But the parallel that I'm drawing here is that I think his decision making is a lot like Doug Flutie, right? He thinks really good on the fly. He knows how to extend the play, and he's just a lot more athletic. You're speaking of analytics, right? Since 2000, okay, this is since 2000. There's been 368 quarterbacks that have played in the NFL. Only 9 have been shorter than 6 foot, right? And there's only 3 current quarterbacks in the NFL that are under 6 feet. You got Russell Wilson, there's Kyler Murray, and then I think it's who's the backup for the Bears? PJ something Walker, right?
PJ Walker? Is
PJ
that-
Walker.
is that a real person?
That's a real
Yeah,
person.
that-
He's a
I
secondary.
believe he was one of the guys that came out
Yes.
from the XFL and
So-
worked his way up and been through 7 teams.
So here's the question: the first quarterback ever, right, to be under 6 foot, drafted number 1. Do you guys think the Panthers made the right decision?
Okay, well, I'll say they needed a quarterback. We talked about this. You have to chase a quarterback. He was the best available quarterback, right? Do we all agree that he was the best available quarterback?
I believe he is. If the only thing that's a knock on Bryce Young is his height, because if Bryce Young was literally anything over 6 foot tall, he would be hyped up as the next big deal.
Absolutely.
He would
I agree.
absolutely
I
be.
agree.
Hey, he has everything there. He has the arm strength. He has the recognition. He has the physical ability.
What was his,
even at 5'9" and 1/8 or whatever he is, they're
What was
comparing
that
him
score
to
you were
Patrick
talking about
Mahomes. They're saying
earlier?
he has every
CT
ability of
score or
Patrick
whatever?
Mahomes. He just doesn't have the height.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit less in the arm, category.
So did he have a good
But-
C2 score or whatever you were talking about earlier?
I don't know. That was just happened to be one of the articles that I read that C.J. Stroud had a S2 score that was like
S2.
18 S2.
He also moves in the
That was
pocket.
like 18%, and the baseline for any successful quarterback in the NFL is 80%. So any quarterback that has ever made it, that ever became anything,
That's a pretty good stat there, man.
yeah,
That sounds
and,
like
and I honestly think so.
like some real stats there.
Yeah, I think Casey Waltz is trying to take over my spot again.
No, you're doing
Yeah, I really am. So I think you should just step off to the left and just let me finish my.
Ken got on
Analysis.
camera, and now he won't leave.
I have a
Talk,
lot.
talk. Bored.
to say,
Dole.
so,
I'm Ken. I have a lot of stats. Blah, 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 blah.
Stats are what make the league, buddy.
Ken, we wanted
Trying
you,
to say
we wanted
stats
you
matter.
here.
Stats matter.
We wanted you here for your dad jokes.
Yes. Oh well, those are coming.
Oh
Those are coming.
no,
Those
actually,
coming.
that
What
was.
she said.
Oh,
That will be at the end of every podcast, just like on Pulp Fiction. So we'll give it back to this guy, and we'll see where this goes from here.
we'll incorporate one joke at the end of every show. Well, I'm glad that fuck Ken finally made an appearance.
All right, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
it's
I'm
great to
back.
see 'em.
And do not worry because we will edit that whole thing out. Everything that had anything to do with fuck Ken. Yeah. By the way, did you ever hear your?
I've heard. I said you should have played Kung Fu Fighting.
Oh,
No.
He thinks he's a kung fu fighter. Nah.
That was too cool.
then we got
I've literally never
Then we
seen
gotta-
Ken do karate
Then
in
we
my
got to
life.
battle the courts. We got to battle
You
courts.
took
and shit.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu? What year did you take this class? Oh, another adventure in Texas.
Alvarez Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Alvarez.
Shout out.
Shout out to Alvarez, Texas Jiu-Jitsu fighting.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and finish
Yes.
up this whole
We'll finish it
NFL
up.
draft. So I think the happiest quarterback that's actually playing right now that got himself a brand new contract was probably the happiest.
Is it that Ravens guy? What's his name?
Yeah, L. Jackson.
L. Jackson?
Mr.
Oh,
Lamar Jackson.
that's
So he
the
got
name.
a 5-year extension, $260 million, $185 guaranteed. He got himself a brand new badass wide receiver. By the way, I didn't know he was only 5'9". Zay Flowers.
Yeah, Zay Flowers.
He's okay. I don't know about badass, but we'll see.
I think he's gonna be
Oh,
pretty
dude,
good.
I told you in our text
Well-
messages, I think he looked like a little, Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
If,
We'll see.
But
That's
they
it.
won't use him like a Tyreek Hill.
He's
like
not
we
playing
can.
for us, so I hope not.
So
Right.
that's another guy he does have Tyreek Hill aspects, but he's a thin dude too. Tyreek Hill was thick.
By the way,
You're right about that.
Earlier
Tyreek
today-
Hill was built like no one else is built.
earlier today, I saw a tweet from Antonio Brown himself
Oh boy.
in a fucking Baltimore, in the Baltimore Ravens jersey. I'm glad to be. He's flexing this shit. I'm glad to be back in the NFL. Did you guys hear about this shit?
I did not.
At all.
You heard that?
I absolutely.
He got signed by Baltimore.
I don't know if
No.
he's signed, but he says he's coming back.
No.
He had a Baltimore Ravens jersey.
This
wait,
dude,
wait.
no, this dude's ridiculous.
Is he just?
No.
Did he just grab an old
This-
jersey
no.
out of his closet and just put it on and say, "Hey, I'm coming back"? By the way, I
What
just grabbed this
team?
one."
What team in their? And I can't believe I'm saying this because he used to be my favorite receiver. What team in their right mind is going to bring him to the
Dude,
team?
the
No
Patriots
doubt.
with Tom
Who?
Brady,
He tried and had
a great
failed.
leader.
He shits on everybody that tries to help
He
him.
couldn't help him. The New England Patriots, Bill Belichick. He's pretty patient. He couldn't help him. Nobody can fucking help him.
Dude,
I'm
he did
telling you,
Tom
there's
dirty.
There's something wrong mentally. So the NFL needs to step in and get him some help before they bring him back, because they keep on bringing his dumb ass back and he keeps on fucking up.
Was it the Perfect? Who was the one that hit him? Was it the Vontae? I can't even say his damn name. Was it Vontae Perfect?
Perfect.
Perfect? Yeah, I
was
tell
on,
you.
Perfect.
Antonio
We all seen it.
Brown is definitely dealing with some CTE.
He is, man. That's a
man.
shame.
That
But
dude,
anyways,
he went off the
greatest
deep end.
greatest NFL receiver of all time for about 3 years. For those 3 years that he was great.
He had a 3-year period. Yeah.
Oh,
he
bar
was destroying,
none. Bar
destroying
none.
people.
So Lamar Jackson got OBJ. Are you?
Hold on. He got OBJ. I missed this one.
18 million.
Thank you, Ken. $18 million for what? 1 year? The 1 year?
1 year.
I ain't
I
worried
don't
about
get
it.
I still don't get it. I mean, he's a has-been. He's
I wouldn't call him. I would not call him a has-been.
So
He's
we were
definitely
talking-
not a has-been.
So on our-
100% not a
how old
has-been.
is he? He's got all kinds of injuries, and
It
he
doesn't
doesn't
matter
last
how
that
old he
long.
was. He's not a has-been.
I don't know. I don't know.
If he has injuries,
He has
and he's
two
not like he used to
ACLs.
be,
I'll explain
he's a
why.
has.
ACLs.
Maybe jump back on the podcast.
I can explain why he's not a has-been.
All right, go ahead.
No.
That guy,
Here's
barring injury, he was getting back that old form.
Was
Yeah, but we don't know what he's going to do when he comes back.
We
but
don't.
to call him a
He's gonna
has
get
been
injured
based on
again.
what we last seen out of him is ridiculous.
Hold on. Here we go. So,
Giants.
So
That's
was,
what he did.
He was out for the whole year. He's had 2 ACL injuries. He gets 1 year, $18 million. I know our local.
It is ridiculous.
Our local 810, 610. They're talking about, if we can get him for like $7-8 million, okay, cool.
yeah.
He
Sure.
went for $18
I'm all for
million
that.
dollars.
and I thought 8 to
Everybody-
10 million was what he was going to get. I thought that's all he was going to get.
Everybody that talked about it was like, we did not see this coming. We did not see what's going on here.
Another
I
big
want
winner
you-
in the free agency, Odell Beckham. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, for him. Good for him. But dumbasses. So I want you to pick him up in the first round in our fantasy draft.
Yeah.
You're
we'll see
so
what happens
high
there.
on him. Oh, you never lost a step.
No, I'm not saying I'm high on him, but if we're going to talk about people, we're going to call people has-beens.
Yeah.
Let's discuss the merits of it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, too many injuries. That's it.
Okay. So, I mean, he's prone to injury. It doesn't make him a has-been, though, right? It just
He doesn't play
It just
anymore.
makes him a risky pick,
So
and it makes
he's
it risky
a
money.
has been.
I think he's definitely on the track to be a has-been.
There may be something to
He
that,
has been.
but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. So OBJ going to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's super happy. He's got a new contract, a bunch of wide receivers, Okay, and then NBA. Wait, not yet.
So-
Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. Does that make them
Oh.
playoff contention?
Absolutely not.
No, you don't. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No. Are you saying they're not playoff contention or Super Bowl?
Well, let's think about their division. Think about their division first.
Break it
Does
down. That's a good
suck?
idea.
So, or can they get to the playoffs? Probably. But look, he's had some weapons before lately. Okay, he's only been to the won the Super Bowl one time. Okay, I don't know why everybody's so high and mighty on this dude. Are we blaming everybody else, like the wide receivers and young wide receivers and his weapons, or are we blaming him why they can't get over that hill anymore?
I don't think he's ever been the same since Danica Patrick got a hold of him. But that's a whole other. That's
man,
that's a whole other topic.
She drove too fast.
I'm telling you,
too fast for him.
I'm telling you, a lot changed when he
He's
was
pretty mellow,
dating her.
and she's
But
pretty fast.
he did while they was dating. I did believe he came back and he had his MVP year. But Joe made an interesting comment. I'm going to comment. Ken sent us a text, and there was a guy named Will Compton. Okay, so he does the bussing with. He does
Yeah,
some
I was like,
bussing,
who?
Podcast, right? And I know about the podcast, right? They sit on a bus and they interview people. Woo, okay. So anyway, so this Will Compton guy, this clown.
Yeah, I've seen some of the shows.
For the
I've seen some clips.
AFC, so for the AFC, they had Aaron Rodgers as number one. They had Joe Burrow number two, right? And then they had our beloved Patrick Mahomes, number three. Okay, first of all, I'm going to tell you the reason I think Ken sent this to us in the first place is he's
Just to
always had
piss
an
us off.
He's always had an obsession with Aaron Rodgers. So anything that put Aaron Rodgers as number one,
Aaron Rodgers in the
Ken's-
fantasy draft.
Ken's
Well,
gonna
got
put
really
that
late.
shit through. And we'll invite him back over to defend himself. But
First, can you exit that out?
Full statement. We're gonna go
yeah, could you go ahead and X out the security thing that popped up on there?
So, but no, literally-
X out the porn, please.
So literally, Patrick Mahomes, he's in the hitter phase now. Everybody hates him.
Yeah.
Oh.
and we
Everybody
have
hates
him.
They did not like that he came out to the draft
No,
last
no,
night.
dude.
They hated on
Fuck
him on
'em.
social media.
Fuck 'em, dude.
Yeah,
We
fuck
have
them.
'em.
Hey, guess what? It
Fuck
wasn't
'em.
nobody from Casey. Skip Bayless
Hey,
led the charge.
This
Fuck
is
you,
our
Skip
Patriot
Bayless.
years. This is our Patriot
Yes.
years. Let us
Goddamn
have
right.
our moment.
Yes, because he
Fucking jerks.
literally
haters.
he has done as a quarterback things that quarterbacks have never done in their life.
Ever.
Breaking records every single year. Not
First
just
year.
one.
Don't-
First
not
year.
just two, but like three or more every single year.
No, but just like the no-look pass, the left-handed pass.
That's hilarious.
No. Hey.
Hilarious.
I'm waiting for him to break out the behind-the-back pass in a game.
Hey,
in a game.
I want to tell you real quick,
man.
and I don't know if we talked about this before. He changed the NFL, and here's how he changed the
absolutely.
NFL. When Patrick
yeah.
Mahomes,
Oh, yeah.
when he came into the NFL, Patrick Mahomes from Smoketown Barbecue. No, but seriously, he changed the NFL because a lot of other quarterbacks.
Sorry.
They started getting a lot more freedom because of Patrick Mahomes, right? And so there's got to be a balance there. But him and Andy Reid, they set up what the future of the NFL was going to look like, and I think that's what we're seeing now. You're seeing a lot of more exciting play from a lot of other quarterbacks. They're getting more green lights, and I think a lot of that has to do with Patrick Mahomes, and we're seeing it in the way they draft quarterbacks now.
Yeah, they're trying to draft the next Patrick Mahomes, and
Yes.
it's not working, fellas.
They're trying to get the next Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes,
The only team that's
Lamar
going
Jackson.
I think Will Levis can be the next Patrick Mahomes.
Deshaun Watson. Yeah. Will Levis is on his way.
Yeah, the only team that's going to draft the next Patrick Mahomes is the Chiefs, like 12 years from now.
Are we out of Coke, Joe? Is that the last Coke?
Patrick Mahomes and his Scott Mahomes.
There's
no
more Coke
shit.
upstairs.
I shit you not.
Yes.
In one fucking
The,
episode.
Do you want to send your errand boy?
All right. No, you know what? Ken, I'll tell you what. Ken's back on for a couple minutes. Come sit in, Ken.
No. Oh, fuck's sake.
Hey,
Logic.
Tony,
You gotta hear.
Tony, it's in the Mexican Coke's in the outside garage, or the garage across the street, yeah.
It's across the street, Ti.
Yeah.
Fuck Ken's filling in.
Keep on going all the way across the street.
Hit his button.
I already did, man.
I had my headphones on. But for the longest time, he'd hit this button instead.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes.
That's applicable too, though. That applies.
Well, the way it's on the screen here is very small. I didn't know that was up there, so I would memorize it just by colors, I guess, and kept on fucking it up and putting that one on
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 30.
when I was trying to play your song.
I did have a comment when it regards to Lamar Jackson and his 200 and ridiculous contract.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's rewind.
As it sits right now, that is a good contract. It is a great contract for 5 years.
I agree. Yes.
For
For 5 years, and that's it.
Absolutely, because he's going to become the next Cam Newton in the NFL.
Yes. When he falls off, he's going to fall off.
Once his ability to run is gone and he realizes he has to be a pocket passer, he doesn't go through the read. This is my
No.
No,
You're
I
absolutely right.
agree.
I saw a stat
Yeah.
just yesterday, and I didn't believe it. I was like, what? I had no idea. But apparently, since he started for Baltimore Ravens, all of his wide receivers have been last in receptions, touchdowns, yardage. Last in the NFL for the last few years that he's been on.
Mark Andrews, he
loves Mark Andrews, and that is a big target. And there's a lot to, there's a lot to give there. There's a lot of room to work with. What is Mark Andrews, like 6'5"?
Ken,
Ridiculous.
talk into the mic.
Oh, my bad.
He had the nerve. This fucking rookie for 3 episodes. And when I push it in his face.
I learned. I'm trying to pass it on. I'm trying to pass on what I learned.
Sorry, Walt.
I think I need one of the horizontal mics. I don't like the ones right here that are right next to my mouth.
But
Okay.
that's not a dad joke. You had no idea you just did that.
But like I said, I honestly think there's going to be a huge drop off. You're going to see him possibly put up MVP numbers again for like maybe this year, next year, and then you're going to see the decline happen where his ability to run affects everything around him.
I think he's only 26. So for 5 years, maybe like the last year, I think he has at least 3 good years, right?
Yeah.
30 is usually the number in the NFL is where you start.
He peaked early. I mean, I watched some of his high school highlights films, and it carried on into Louisville, and he was
So
awesome.
do you know their backup? They used to play each other in high school. They played Huntley. Is it Huntley?
Oh, yes, I did see that at
Yeah.
one time last year. They were heads up, and
No, Huntley sucks.
but he is a great fill-in because he's the exact
Yes.
same. He's
Yeah.
the exact
Yep.
same quarterback as Lamar Jackson. So the playbook, I would absolutely say, does not change because he has the ability to run. He has the ability to go through like read 1 and read 2, and then that's it.
What was that?
It's a joke.
That's not a joke.
Okay, well, yeah, he was
I
saying
am
a joke,
being
though.
100% serious. Have you seen Tyra?
All right, before the original T.I. gets up here, all right, we talked about Roger go to the Jets. Now we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. So, fucking, what do you know about the NBA playoffs? Who is in it? Who's still in it? Who got knocked out? And what's going on?
Well, right now we're watching the Sacramento versus the Golden State Warriors. You're looking at a 3-2 lead with the Golden State Warriors. Eventually, I think their experience is going to pay off. They're going to upset the
I was
Kings.
thinking that too, but they jumped out a 2-0 lead. Oh,
Yeah.
I say it turned around.
Yeah, that's where the experience
I
comes
think
in.
the Kings are definitely going to win this. We'll go to Game 7. I think it's going to be Game 7.
Do you think so?
And you know what?
We're only in the second half. You got a minute left in the game. They're only down by what, 7, 8 right now? 8 points right now.
So let me just say real quick. So in our last episode, I was talking so much crap about Draymond Green, and I still don't like the guy. I think he's still a spoiled brat. I think he's still an asshole. But I did say that he was a cancer. I did say that he was like a role player, but he is a very, very good defensive player, and he does make a difference. So I will take that back. That part, he's still an asshole.
He may be an asshole, but he is a difference maker on the court.
Right.
The fact that he got kicked out of that game motivated the Golden State Warriors, and look what happened the next game. They won.
So what
And that's
does worry
all
about
that matters to me.
what worries about me about the Kings winning is Fox's finger. He
De'Aaron broke the tip of his finger,
yeah,
right?
or like some part is on a shooting hand too.
on his shooting hand. Yeah, I think he
Which
broke the
is-
tip of his finger on. I don't know
so
what.
that worries me because he's their best player.
Absolutely,
And we can't have
that's
that.
huge.
Speaking of the
But
Kings,
in
sorry. Right.
but he's out there playing. You know, he's a warrior, and that's what I appreciate.
I mean, he has
you know.
10 points so far in the first half.
Yeah, and
So apparently it's not hurting him that bad.
this is the big argument that we have as a group is I am not a LeBron hater, but I am not a LeBron fan because I don't like the fact.
Before we go to that series, have you ever been in a KC Kings game?
Kansas City Kings?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, you motherfucker!
I went to a KC Sizzlers game. Do you know who the KC Sizzlers
Yeah, that was
are?
after the Kings, though.
Yes, I know.
That was after the Kings.
That's how dedicated
That
I was to basketball. I was a KC Sizzlers fan.
But
and I
when the
wish I-
KC Kings were here, it was not how dedicated you was. It was how dedicated your parents were.
and-
Are they going to take you or not?
And who took that? Who forced them to say, "Hey, let's go to the KC Kings game"? That was me.
So I never been to one. I guess Waltz went to one. Ti never been
Yeah.
to one. Although he been to Utah Jazz game. That's even better.
Utah.
Yeah, Stockton and Malone.
No, he was there when Mark Eaton was there.
Well, Mark Eaton was there when Stockton and Malone was there.
Yeah.
So speaking of the KC Kings, do you think Kansas City's ready for an NBA franchise?
No.
Or do you not think that we're an NBA basketball city?
No.
They're ready, but KU basketball will not allow it. On that note, I'm out.
Okay. That's a good point. So I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking that we couldn't we couldn't fill an arena for 41 home games.
You don't think so?
No.
This
unless
is-
we were
So this is what
We'd have to be
T-Mobile
competitive.
Center.
Only if we're competitive.
T-Mobile
only we have to be
Center.
highly competitive.
Everybody thought T-Mobile Center would go down because we couldn't get a franchise in there. But what they did was they were very smart and started doing all kinds of concerts and all kinds of venues and
yeah,
everything else.
there's
and
always
made a
something going
lot
on
more
there.
money
Yeah.
than what they did was for a failing franchise such as a basketball team.
I always thought T-Mobile was going to make it. I've liked everything that Sprint Center's done since they've been there. It's like you said, they're very smart
man.
about what they're doing with that space.
So Kansas
Beautiful
City
building.
is like a smaller city, family values. So they have like a lot of kids stuff there, and those sell out.
There's a lot of reasons for people outside of Kansas to move here now. Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas. Man, we're
I don't
starting-
know. I don't know about Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, like so. If you look at downtown, there's a lot going on down there. There's different things that they're building, the high rises that they're bringing in. Would I want to live there? No. But the people that don't mind that type of atmosphere,
Right. No,
that's what I'm
no.
saying.
They're
It's-
building that
it's
shit
really
because the
because
Royals about to move down there
that
too.
and the demand's already there, as is the demand is there right now.
I think that's Walt's playing with those sound effects.
I know we was talking about the draft earlier. So what did you guys think about Jalen Carter when he got fixed? Did you guys see him crying?
Because someone asked him about the accident. Is that why he's crying?
No, I don't. I think he was crying because he got picked by the Philadelphia Eagles for a couple different reasons. I know that if he did
Tears of joy.
tears of joy, yes.
Because there's only two.
guess.
There's already two
Had it-
Georgia Bulldogs
yes, yes.
on there.
Had there been any other team that might have picked him, it would have been like the team before, the team after. It might have been tears of sadness, right? It would have been a different kind of tears. But
No, I think he was just happy that he got picked. It's just very
Yes.
an emotional.
What did he
well,
go 10?
yeah, he went number 9 or 10. But here's the thing with Jalen Carter: he was initially slated to go number 1,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Then he had the trouble where he got the reckless driving charge, right? And he did some probation on that. And then he showed up to the combine and had a terrible showing there, right? And one of the reasons I think he may have been crying was that he only started visiting the top 10 teams, right? So he didn't visit any team that was out of the top 10 picks. So if he didn't get picked top 10, there was a real chance that he wasn't even going to go until the second round. So that might have been the other reason.
That talent was too much to go wait to the second
I
round.
agree, but on a couple different 8-10's one of them, I think they were stupid for this, but they didn't even have him going in the first round.
No.
No, they did not have him
What?
at all, which was stupid.
I
Hey,
don't
the
agree
one
with
thing they
that.
did get right, they didn't have Levis going in the first round either. They got that right, but I definitely don't agree with the Jalen Carter. He was easily a top 10 pick, and Eagles done good on that one.
No, the Eagles made out. A+ for the Eagles.
All right, we can't go back
I
in
know.
time and
I
start
know.
talking about other
We was
topics that
giving
we
you
already talked about.
giving you time to get your fucking drink together. So what are we going to talk about?
So now we're getting to I think we're now to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, we were
versus
talking
the
about
LA
the
Lakers.
yes, we were talking about
the Lakers and the
basketball.
Grizzlies.
Ken, I'll let you come in here. I gotta take a piss. Come on in here.
Stop doing that, guys.
Brother, here we go with more boring stats.
He's so dull. Oh, hey, Ken.
Hey, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen.
Happy to have you.
Alright.
Happy to have you.
People hate truth, and that's the problem with society.
Oh,
these
here we go.
days.
Just lost another viewer.
Another subscriber. How's that possible? How can you
I know.
unsubscribe?
We just dropped to 8.
And I was one of them that unsubscribed. So
Well, fucking asshole. Could you go ahead and rejoin again, please? Let's
Yeah,
get us back
so-
up to 9.
if you look at the comments, I said you need more of the Asian guy. So you need a
Yeah, we really look at the comments.
make your
No, we
fans-
really do.
make your
Ladies and
fans
gentlemen,
happy.
we really do. We really care about what you have to say. And we will respond right back to you if it's something interesting. If it is not, we will not respond back. Or I will have T.I. respond.
I think he's inferring that I'm not interested.
So, since I met you, what? So, Memphis Grizzlies and the Lakers. What do you think? Give me your take.
Do you want the analytical take on it, or do you want?
We just want the take that's good for a podcast. We're on a podcast. We don't want to lose viewers. Give us that take that
I've already
doesn't lose
told
viewers.
everybody
Okay.
that we are not analytical. We are just average Joes that give the average.
Okay, but I am.
Sometimes we'll have stats.
I am sentimental
But-
in the same instance, but you already have the Lakers up that are up 3-2, right?
we go.
Right. Lakers are up 3-2.
Yeah.
I do not want to see LeBron win another championship because of the fact that he builds these super teams wherever he goes.
But does he really?
Absolutely.
He built one super team. So outside of the Heat,
Miami Heat, right?
what's,
Oh, Miami Heat.
what's the other team that he super team that he built outside of the Miami Heat?
Cleveland.
Who did he bring there? Who did he bring there? They drafted Kyrie Irving.
They drafted Kyrie Irving when he left because they were absolute garbage. Then
Who was
they
their
drafted
big man?
Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Was
He
Kevin
just said no.
was Kevin Love not an all-star?
He was
Was
okay.
Kevin Love-
but,
He did come to the
hold on,
Timberwolves. He
hold on.
was really. I was a big fan of.
But was he good enough to say that he was building a super team because they brought in Kevin Love? That's fucking ridiculous. Go ahead.
Kevin Love,
Yeah.
who is a absolute mid-range shooter who can own the paint, and then you got LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, so you have a dominant player at all three.
I wouldn't say that was a super team though.
So here's the thing, exactly. So you know who I compare
J.R.
Kevin
Smith
Love
was
to?
on that team also.
Tony Kukoc. Tony Kukoc is who I compare Kevin Love to.
No.
How so? Why not?
Because Tony
Kukoc
didn't
was
have
better.
nearly the role,
Tony
no.
Kukoc was better.
Tony Kukoc played in Europe
Kevin
way
Love-
before Kevin Love.
Kevin Love shrinked up when he started playing with LeBron. Before LeBron, yes, he played a bigger role with the team that he was on. When he started playing next to a superstar,
Hang on, guys.
he shrunk a little bit.
Hang on, guys.
So here's the thing. You missed it. He said that LeBron James built a super team in Cleveland. The most ridiculous statement I've heard on the Ed Asher Boys podcast thus far.
How long was he in Cleveland?
Who?
LeBron.
We're talking about the super team. What was the super team that he
How
built?
long was he there?
Outside of Kevin Love, who else was on that super team?
Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith. I don't know if it was Zunis Jograuskas was still there, but he was.
Does this sound like a super team to you?
Zunis Jograuskas was also an all-star, Tony.
Again, most people watching this don't even know who he is.
Exactly, but he was an
Exactly.
all-star. It doesn't matter. At the time that he was there, he was still an all-star.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that little bit skit, whatever the fuck that was. All right,
You don't want to listen to the basic facts that you're
Let him
playing
keep
with all
getting. Let him keep getting
You
served.
guys started
folks.
going back
Let
in
him get
time with
served.
the 80s and 70s and 60s and shit. All right, okay. All right, so let's continue on.
So Nick Anderson.
So we've
do you
already
know
been
who Nick
past an
Anderson
hour.
is?
So LeBron
Did we go to school with them?
Years, left, and then came back for 4 years. So 11 years total.
4 years, won one championship.
Yeah, with the very.
We're talking about he ran in.
But when did he get?
Yeah, he ran into a super team, is what he ran into. Who? The Golden State Warriors. Clay Thompson, Steph
Drafted,
Curry.
drafted.
It doesn't matter. They were still a super team. They were amazing.
There
There
is a
amazing.
huge
One of the
difference.
best teams of all time, naturally put together. Steve Kerr did a great job
That
with
is
them.
a huge difference. Just like Jordan's, everybody always talks about the Jordan teams because Jordan has
Hey.
Scottie Pippen.
Built or not, they were a super team. Everyone looked at them like a super team. Like, this is a team that is very hard
Okay, so
to defend against.
So the Kansas
Everybody
City,
knew
Okay,
that.
so the Kansas City Chiefs are a super team because they draft everybody that they should. That's not it.
Yeah, I think the viewers. I think the viewers like when we don't agree.
Yes. He
Here's the
doesn't
thing
like
about-
to hear
here's,
it.
here's the
He
thing about a
doesn't like
podcast. Here's the thing
he
about a
doesn't
podcast.
like confrontation.
No one wants to listen to everybody agree about the same fucking thing for 1 hour. First and foremost, all right.
Only if it's with Tony.
Yeah.
The viewers don't know the difference. They don't give a shit about that. Hey, Joe, come
That's-
show your new hat on the camera here.
That's the problem. It's just like Kansas City. Kansas City absolutely done everything right for the past 5 years. You're telling me
since 2017, I agree.
Yeah. So you're telling me that they're building a super team?
They did. They built a super team through the draft, and they did a great job.
They built it through the draft, which is what you're supposed to do. I'm speaking.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. This is where we differ because when I'm saying build a super team, you're taking free agents, you're taking all these other guys, and you're putting them on a team together to where they're just like, hey, let's win a championship. Just like he did in Miami, just like he did in L.A.
Yeah. There's different ways to build
Yeah,
a super
the Bucks
team.
got bucked. Yeah,
Oh,
the
the
Bucks
Bucks-
got
oh,
bucked.
The Milwaukee Bucks
that
got
was-
bucked
dude.
out.
I hate
Jimmy
the Bucks.
Butler is Michael Jordan's son. I don't care what anybody says. Look at the pictures. Look at the
Oh,
pictures.
the pictures.
Oh, look at the
Send
pictures.
them in. Send them in. We'll post them. We'll post them on the
All
podcast
right,
if
all
it
right,
looks
fellas.
Pictures
similar.
of Michael Jordan standing next to Jimmy Butler.
So tonight,
Look at the pictures.
wait, Jimmy Butler has those Asian eyes, so you're just biased.
No.
So
There
tonight's
is a whole conspiracy theory behind
manwich night, and you guys are really dipping into my manwich night tonight.
it. Well, if you're eating manwiches and you're looking forward to that, where there's a problem. Okay. Okay. Let's zoom in on that picture. Where
You're
I
gonna
don't-
have to go
can
to the
you
camera.
oh my gosh!
Let's zoom in.
Look,
he
okay,
said, "Let's zoom into in that picture." Like there really is a cast back there, like
Hey.
fucking 5 different cameras.
Hey,
which one am I looking at? This one.
I
Am
don't
looking at
know
this
what
one?
I'm working
okay,
with.
Can you zoom
okay.
into this?
Okay, hold on. Let's just pass this down the line. That is half Jordan, half Jimmy Butler. Tell me,
Man, that looks like John Jones.
Tell me
I can put half of my face,
Hold on,
half
hold on,
of
hold on,
Joe's
hold on.
face, and it'll still look the same.
What's that one
Seriously.
dude that plays for the Heat right now? The one on the right looks like.
Jimmy Butler.
Oh, that's who you would say. Nah, he looked more like John Jones than Michael Jordan.
This guy's hosting
Look,
a podcast.
Hold on. That doesn't even look like. So hold on. He's saying that Jimmy Butler looks like Michael Jordan.
I know.
We all have eyes.
We
Look at that picture.
Dude, we all know who Jimmy Butler is.
Okay, so
All right.
I'm representing.
No.
I'm
This is-
representing my very own Chiefs jersey with Navarro on the back, number 13, my favorite number. Ti, what you representing, boy?
Oh, you know we're doing it with Travis Kelce today. Got the
Alright.
Pro Bowl jersey wearing.
Yeah, want to get up? All right, there it is. There's the A's that way. Get off my shoe. Get off my shoe. All right.
Are you wearing lifts? Are you wearing lifts today?
Fucking. What are you wearing?
I'm going. Well, let's go to Fat Joe. Apparently, Fat Joe is going to jump in. And
Drunk
he's
Joe.
gonna do it
Another
like,
Travis Kelce
he's going with
jersey.
Kansas City. or
So
he's going
today
with
we went
Travis
with.
Kelce.
Got the home jersey on.
I'm representing the Kansas City Royals and the infamous Joe Boo from Major League.
Wait, why would you say Royals? I don't see it on there anywhere.
Up here, buddy. Up here.
Oh, I see it on your hat.
Joe.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm just saying.
All right. I think it's about time we start winding it down.
Yeah. Go ahead, Fat Joe. Well, no, I'm sorry, Hooters.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe is my personal nickname for Hooters here. So Fat Joe, you can call him that. You can call him Hooters. Whatever you want to do.
Hey,
Well,
real quick, just one quick question before we wind it down. What the hell's going on with Jerick McKinnon, guys? Like, am I the only one that's
he
worried about what,
is
like, us possibly not getting him?
unsigned, And I don't like it. I honestly don't like the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs are not giving Jerick McKinnon the props that he deserves.
Show him some fucking respect.
After last year's performances
Yes.
in the regular season, in the
Yes.
playoffs, after he stepped up for, filling
Big time.
He was an absolute beast.
I love watching him.
Absolute
I love watching him.
Because
I love when
he
he
wants
get
to
in
hear
there.
a good opinion on it, Joe. That's why he wants to hear a good opinion on it.
Say what? Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to jump in here and finish it all off.
But I
it's
love watching McKinnon play. Every time that dude was
not.
explosive.
After the draft, they said McKinnon is in priority number 2 behind Chris Jones.
Okay.
I
All
agree
right.
with that.
All right.
I agree with that. Chris Jones is a bigger priority, but man, bring McKinnon back.
They're both
Give
priorities.
that man his respect.
No, McKinnon, I heard that he might come back because he's unhappy about the offers he was getting out in free agents.
Yeah. Did you see the tweet he put out early in April? He's just like, man, the disrespect is real. Something along
So
those
guys,
lines.
so the Chiefs organization are not stupid. So they let him go out there and test the waters, and these idiots are out there fucking around with him. So now we're like, oh, okay, now we
Helping
can
us set
for-
the price.
Set the price.
This was the same thing that happened last year. He went out there, didn't get no offers, and we got him back.
All right. About the time to wind it down, looks like Ken's writing something again.
Let's
Get
see.
him in there.
Let's see what he has. Let's see his last. Let's see the
Misspelling
last.
everything. He's a system running back. So that
Hey.
means you can put him in. As a matter of fact, I loved his blocking. His blocking was they always put him out there because they knew on third downs if he had a block, he blocked the shit. I mean, he didn't even
Dude.
look like a big guy, but he blocked the shit out of folks.
I'm glad you brought that up. I
Because he
forgot all
knew-
about that, dude. He has no problem going low.
No, because he knew that's how you get playing time.
I have no problem with that hat.
I have no problem with Joe being patriotic.
I have no problem with that hat. It looks great. Yeah, macho man.
Hey.
Ooh,
I mean, it was sitting over there. I could